In this video, we are going to see how to interface a memory, that is ROM or RAM memory chips with 8085 microprocessor. For that, let's consider this example. Draw the interfacing circuit required to interface 2K into 8 EEPROM. That 2K into 8 EEPROM is made of two chips of 1K into 8 each, and 4K into 8 RAM chip. That 4K RAM is made of two chips of 2K into 8 each. To answer this type of questions, first of all, we need to identify number of address lines required for each memory chips. Here, 2K ROM is made of two number of 1K into 8 ROM chips, and 4K RAM is made of two number of 2K into 8 RAM chips. So here we need to identify number of address lines required to interface 1K memory and 2K memory. So first step is identify number of address lines for 1K memory. As we know, 1K is equal to 2 raised to 10. We know if we can have n address lines, memory capacity is 2 raised to n. So here, as n is 10, to interface 1K memory, it requires 10 address lines. In 8085, there are 16 address lines. LSB 10 address lines are required to address 1K memory, that is A0 to A9. Similar way, 2K is equal to 2 into 1K, that is 2 into 2 raised to 10, that is coming as 2 raised to 11. As n is 11, to interface 2K memory, it requires 11 address line, that is A0 to A10. As we can have 4 chips, in order to select a particular chip, it requires to design some combinational circuits. Here, we are usually using 3 to 8 decoder circuit in order to select a particular memory chip. In 3 to 8 decoder circuit, the 3 input pins are the 3 adjacent line of address bus required to interface the memory chip. That is, here first 1K chip, the address line width is A0 to A9. So next 3 address line is A10, A11 and A12. So these address lines are 3 input to the 3 to 8 decoder circuit. Then next thing is to enable decoder circuit by giving an active low signal using remaining address line of 8085 along with status signal IO by M bar. So using a combinational circuit or some gate circuit, it is possible to generate active low signal to select decoder IC. That is, next step is to select the input to 3 to 8 decoder, that is selected here as A10, A11 and A12. Then we need to create a signal to select decoder IC, that is signal required to generate CS bar, that is active low signal to select decoder IC. Up to A12 of address lines of 8085 is already used. So remaining address lines are A13, A14, A15. Along with that one, we need to use IO by M bar signal in order to generate this active low signal in order to select that decoder IC. Let's see all these things in detail later. Then next thing is memory mapping, that is address range for each memory chip. Total ROM memory required is 2K into 8. But single chip 2K into 8 ROM is not available. So this can be made by means of two number of 1K ROM. Similar way, 4K into 8 RAM is made of two number of 2K into 8 chip. That is 4K into 8 is equal to 2K into 8. That is RAM chip 1 and RAM chip 2. So totally we can have 4K into 8 RAM chips. Next one is memory mapping in detail. For that one, let's consider first 1K into 8 ROM chip. Here address line is A0 to A9 in order to interface 1K ROM chip. In 8085, we can have 16 address lines. So first step in order to find out memory mapping or memory ranging is we need to group entire address line in group of 4 like this. Here as the border line is A9, so starting from A0 to A9, initial address will be 0 and final address for this 1K RAM will be all ones. That is A0 to A9 become 1 finally. And from starting to finishing, always A10 to A15 contains 0 value. Always its value is 0 like this. If we are doing like this for first 1K into 8 ROM chip, in hexa this nibble is 0, 0, 0, 0. So in hexa its value become 0, 0, 0 H and final value become this also 0. This become 3 EF, EF. So the final address for first 1K into 8 ROM chip become 03 EF, FH. As we know, 2K into 8 ROM chip is made of two 1K chip. So this is the memory MAC for first 1K ROM chip. So what is the next address? In order to obtain next address, that is the starting address of next 1K into 8 ROM chip, we just need to add 1 with this final address of 1K ROM chip, that is first 1K into 8 ROM chip. After adding 1 with the last address of first 1K into 8 ROM chip, that is ROM 1, we can obtain this result. That is A10 become 1, remaining that is A0 to A9, its value becomes 0. So that is the starting address of second 1K into 8 ROM chip. So when we are converting that one into hexa, this nibble become 0, this become 4, this become 0, 0. Alternatively, we can find out the starting address of next ROM chip by adding 1 with the final hexa data, that is 03EFF plus 1 gives 0400H. So this is the starting address of second 1K into 8 ROM chip. Then in 1K ROM chip, the accessible address lines are only A0 to A9. Finally, entire bits starting from A0 to A9 become 1. That is the final address corresponding to second 1K into 8 ROM chip. When we are converting this into hexa data, this becomes 0, 7, EF, F. So the starting address of second 1K into 8 ROM chip is 0400 and final address for second 1K into 8 ROM chip is 07FFH. So 2K ROM memory mapping is over. For first 1K ROM, it requires this address range, that is 00000 to 03EFFH, and second 1K ROM it requires the memory range 0400H to 07FFH. Next we need to find out the memory range corresponding to first 2K into 8 RAM chip, that is RAM chip 1. The final address range corresponding to second 1K into 8 ROM chip is obtained as 07FFH. So next location onwards, that is the location allotted for RAM chip 1. That is the starting address of first 2K into 8 RAM chip. We need to add 1 with this hexa data or 1 with this binary data. In 2K into 8 RAM chip, address lines required is A0 to A10. So up to A10, the variation will come into picture. That is, initially all become 0 from A0 to A10. Then finally all become 1 from A0 to A10. So when we are adding 1 with 07EFF, next location address is obtained as 0800. Same can be inferred when we are adding 1 with this binary address. That is final address of the second 1K into 8 ROM chip. So the starting address of first 2K into 8 RAM chip is 0800H, and next location is 0801, and finally A0 to A10 become 1 like this. This A11 is retained as 1. So when we are converting the final address in hexa, this become 0, this become F, F, F like this. That is 0, F, 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 H. So this is the address range required for first 2K into 8 RAM chip. Next, we need to find out the starting address corresponding to second 2K into 8 RAM chip. In order to obtain that one, we can add 1 with this the final address of first 2K into 8 RAM chip. After adding 1, we can obtain starting address of next 2K into 8 RAM chip as 1000H. Same can be inferred by adding 1 with this binary data. Next one is we need to find out the final address. In order to find out the final address from A0 to A10, we need to make 1. Now, when we are converting this into hexa, this become 1, 7, F, F. So, the address range required to select second 2K into 8 RAM chip is 17FFFH. So the address range required to interface first 1K into 8 ROM chip is 0000H to 03EFFH, and address range required to interface second 1K into 8 ROM chip is 0400H to 07EFFH, and address range required to interface first 2K into 8 RAM chip is 0800H to 0EFFH, and finally the address range to select second 2K into 8 RAM chip is found as 1000H to 17EFFH. So in general, for 1K, 2K, 4K chips, the starting and final address range are as follows. That is, for 1K, starting address is 0000H, final address is 03EFFH. So when we can have any starting address, in order to find out the next address for next chip is obtained by adding 03EFF with the previous address. Similarly, for 2K memory, the starting address is 0000H to 07EFFH. So next address can be obtained by adding 07EFF with previous address. Similarly, for 4K memory, starting address is 0000H and final address is 0FFFH. If we can have any starting address, the next address can be obtained by adding 0FFF with that previous address. Now let's see the different memory chips and additional circuitry in order to draw this interfacing circuit. Here we need 1K into 8 ROM, two numbers. In ROM, data bus is only single direction. We can take only data. That is, read operation only be possible through ROM. In order to select a ROM chip, it requires an active low signal into this pin, that is CS bar pin, that is chip select signal. Then we need to show address lines. In 1K ROM, the address line is A0 to A9 and data bus is 8-bit, that is D0 to D7. Likewise, we need two numbers. Similarly, we need 2K into 8 RAM of two numbers. As it is RAM, read and write operation is possible. So in order to control read operation, we need RD bar signal, that is active low. Then WR bar signal in order to control write operation. And as mentioned above, it requires chip select enable signal or chip select signal. That should be active low signal. Here address line is A0 to A10. Here it is to be noted that as it is RAM, read and write operation will handle. So data bus is bidirectional. Then in order to select these different chips, we need to provide one decoder circuit, that is 3 to 8 decoder. Here the 3 input to decoder IC is A10 to A12. Then VCC and ground. Then in order to select this decoder circuit, an enable signal, active low enable signal is required. That is generated by means of remaining address lines and IO by M bar signal. As we need active low signal, these signals are already 0, including IO by M bar. So in order to obtain this active low signal by means of NAND logics, here we need to complement each of these signal just before NANDing these signals, so that we can obtain an active low signal at the output of this NAND gate, so that we can enable this decoder IC. So when these pins become 0, Y0 will be inactive low, all other lines are active high. So whenever Y0 is connected to any of these memory chips, that memory chip alone will work or activated. Similarly, when corresponding to this signal, say it is 0, 0, 1, correspondingly Y1 will be in active low, all other pins become active high. Whenever any CS bar signal of any one of these chip is connected to Y1, that memory chip will select. In that manner, this 3 to 8 decoder IC select a particular chip. Let's see the interfacing of the circuit in step-by-step manner. For chip 1, A10 to A11 makes Y0 active low. Therefore, Y0 can be used to select chip 1. That is, when we are considering first 1K into 8 ROM chip, A10 to A12 is always 0, 0, 0. That is 0. So from starting to finishing, its value is 0. Whenever this value is coming, correspondingly decoder IC output become Y0 active low and remaining output pins become active high. So Y0 can be used to select chip 1. So when we are connecting Y0 with the CS bar signal of first 1K into 8 ROM chip, that ROM chip will select under that condition. Similarly, for chip 2, that is 1K into 8 ROM, A10 to A11 makes Y1 active low. So we can use Y1 to select chip 2. That is corresponding to that condition. These pins values are, that is A10 to A12 values are like this. From starting to finishing, its value become 0, 0, 1, that is 1 itself. So corresponding to this scenario, Y1 will be in active low. When an active low signal under this case is connected to CS bar pin of chip 2 will be selected. Similarly, for chip 3, 2K into 8 RAM, the value in A10 to A12 R varies from 0, 1, 0 to 0, 1, 1. That is, for starting condition, its value is 0, 1, 0, and finishing time, its value is coming as 0, 1, 1. So corresponding to this condition, in decoder circuit, Y2 will be in active low, remaining pins are active high, and during finishing time, this is the condition, and corresponding to this condition, Y3 will be in active low, remaining pins are, or remaining output pins are active high. So if Y2 or Y1 is active low, under that condition we need to select third chip. Y2 and Y1 cannot active low simultaneously. After this condition, if address range is increasing, it is coming to this value. So at a time, Y2 and Y1 cannot active low, cannot make active low. How to implement this logic? Whenever Y2 or Y1 is coming into picture, under that condition, we need to select first 2K into 8 RAM chip. In order to implement this logic, we can use AND logic. Let's see that one. If Y2 is 0 and Y3 is 1, output is 0. Please note that we need active low signal in order to select a chip. Similarly, when Y2 is 1 and Y3 is 0, again we can obtain 0. So the input to this AND gate is Y2 and Y3. Whenever any one of these become 1, Y2 or Y3 become 1, the output of this one becomes 0. So by means of that active low signal, we can select first 2K into 8 RAM chip. Similarly, for fourth chip, that is 2K into 8 RAM chip, address range for A10 to A12 become 100 in starting. 100 stands for 4 and finishing its value become 101, that is 5. So whenever this condition is coming in address line A10 to A12, Y4 of the decoder circuit become active low and all other output pin become active high. And similarly, if this condition is coming, Y5 will be in active low and all other pins are active high. So if Y4 or Y5 become active low, we need to select chip 4. Same AND logic we can apply here. Y4 and Y5 we can give into AND gate. That output we can connect to CS bar signal like this. Y4 and Y5 act as the input to this AND gate. So whenever any one of this become 1, the output of this AND gate becomes 0, so that it will select this 2K into 8 RAM 2 chip. So this is the final interfacing circuit to this problem.